Have you ever wondered what genetic engineering is and how it works? Genetic engineering is the process of manipulating the DNA of an organism to change its traits or characteristics. It involves the use of advanced technologies like CRISPR-Cas9 to edit the genetic code of living cells in a precise and controlled manner. This allows scientists to introduce new genes, modify existing ones, or remove unwanted traits from the DNA of an organism. The potential applications of genetic engineering are vast and varied. In agriculture, genetic engineering can increase crop yields, improve resistance to pests and diseases, and enhance the nutritional value of foods. In medicine, genetic engineering can be used to develop new therapies and treatments for genetic diseases, cancer, and other illnesses. However, there are also concerns about the potential risks and drawbacks of genetic engineering. Genetic modification could have unintended consequences, such as the creation of new toxins or allergens, or the development of antibiotic resistance. It could also have ethical implications, particularly when it comes to reproductive genetic engineering and the creation of so-called designer babies. So, is genetic engineering a groundbreaking technological breakthrough that will change the world for the better, or a slippery slope towards unknown and potentially dangerous consequences? Genetic engineering techniques come in several forms, including gene editing, transgenic modification, and synthetic biology. Gene editing uses tools like CRISPR to target and modify specific genes, whereas transgenic modification involves the insertion of foreign genetic material into an organism's DNA to introduce new traits. Synthetic biology creates entirely new genetic sequences for specific purposes. Along with these scientific advancements, the ethical and legal issues surrounding genetic engineering are also complex and controversial. These ethical and legal concerns include issues of consent, cultural values and religious beliefs, and potential long-term risks. At the core of genetic engineering is DNA's blueprint of life. A living organism's DNA contains information on the structure and function of cells, tissues, and organs. Scientists can manipulate this genetic information to produce specific traits or remove unwanted genetic material. CRISPR and other gene editing tools allow scientists to make precise cuts and insertions into DNA sequences, while synthetic biology can create entirely new DNA strands. The manipulation of DNA can have important implications for the medical field, such as developing gene therapies for inherited diseases like cystic fibrosis or cancer. Gene editing is a process that allows scientists to selectively modify genes within an organism's DNA sequence. This process involves using molecular tools like CRISPR to locate and cut specific sections of DNA and then modifying or replacing the removed sections with new genetic material. Genetic engineering has numerous potential applications in medicine and healthcare. For example, gene therapy is a promising new treatment for genetic disorders that involves replacing or repairing defective genes in the human body. Scientists have already had success using this technique to cure rare inherited genetic disorders such as sickle cell anemia and hemophilia. Additionally, genetic engineering can be used to create new vaccines, diagnose diseases earlier, and even develop new drugs and therapies. In agriculture and food production, genetic engineering can play a vital role in creating plants and animals that are more resilient against pests and diseases and can produce higher yields. Scientists can use genetic engineering to create crops that are insect-resistant, drought-tolerant, and disease-resistant, which can increase food production. However, there are concerns about the potential risks of genetic engineering in agriculture, including the possibility of introducing unintended consequences such as environmental impacts, genetic pollution, and the loss of biodiversity. Genetic engineering has enormous potential applications in a wide range of fields, from medicine to agriculture and beyond. While the ethical and legal implications of genetic engineering are still being debated, the technology holds significant promise for improving the quality of life for individuals and society as a whole. One of the major concerns about genetic engineering is its potential impact on biodiversity and the environment. By manipulating the genetic makeup of organisms, genetic engineering may introduce unintended consequences such as increased susceptibility to disease, loss of genetic diversity, and disruption of ecosystems. For example, introducing genetically modified crops may lead to the displacement of native plant species and alter the habitat of other organisms, which can have a negative effect on the overall ecosystem. This is why regulatory frameworks are crucial to ensuring that genetic engineering is conducted safely and responsibly and to minimize potential risks. Governments and organizations around the world have implemented strict regulations and guidelines to govern the research and development of genetic engineering to ensure that it is conducted within ethical and moral boundaries. These regulations include ethical considerations, environmental impact, biosafety, and intellectual property rights, among others. Despite these concerns, genetic engineering research and development continue to progress at a rapid pace. Scientists are exploring innovative applications of genetic engineering, such as gene drives that could potentially eliminate pests and diseases, biofuels, and even cell-based therapies. The use of CRISPR is becoming more common, with scientists using it to modify the DNA of various organisms, including humans. As genetic engineering continues to evolve and advance, it is crucial that we continue to monitor its impact on biodiversity, the environment, and society as a whole. The use of responsible, transparent, and ethical regulations will help ensure that genetic engineering is conducted in harmony with the natural world and for the benefit of humanity. The implications of genetic engineering for society and the future are vast and wide-ranging. One of the most promising applications of genetic engineering is in the field of medicine, where it could be used to develop better treatments and cures for numerous diseases. For example, scientists have successfully used genetic engineering to develop cancer immunotherapies that reprogram the immune system to target cancer cells. Genetic engineering has also been used to produce insulin for people with diabetes and to improve vaccines to protect against infectious diseases. However, genetic engineering also poses potential risks and challenges. One major concern is the possibility of unintended consequences that may arise from genetic modification. One notable example is the case of genetically modified crops, where genetic engineering has led to the development of superweeds that are resistant to herbicides. The use of genetic engineering may also lead to the emergence of new diseases or the reactivation of dormant ones. Another significant challenge is the need to ensure that the benefits of genetic engineering are accessible to everyone and not restricted to a wealthy few. There are also concerns about the ethical implications of genetic engineering, such as the potential for creating designer babies with enhanced physical or intellectual abilities. Despite these challenges and risks, the potential benefits of genetic engineering cannot be ignored. As technology continues to evolve, we must work to develop robust regulatory frameworks and ethical guidelines to ensure that genetic engineering is conducted in a responsible and transparent manner. With the right approach, genetic engineering could play a vital role in shaping the future of medicine, agriculture, and many other fields, ultimately benefiting society as a whole. The public perception of genetic engineering has been mixed, with some people excited by its potential for improving human health and solving global challenges, while others harbor concerns about safety, ethical implications, and the potential for unintended consequences. This disparity in public opinion has had a significant impact on the development of genetic engineering, as it has led to varying degrees of regulation and funding. One way to improve public education and awareness about genetic engineering is to increase public access to accurate and understandable information. This can be accomplished through public forums, educational events, and community outreach programs. Resources such as infographics, fact sheets, and social media campaigns can also help to break down complex scientific concepts and make them more accessible to the general public. Genetic engineering has the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and many other fields, but there are also potential risks and ethical concerns that must be carefully considered. Successful examples of genetic engineering in medicine include cancer immunotherapies and the production of insulin for people with diabetes. However, the emergence of superweeds from genetically modified crops is a notable challenge. To ensure the responsible and transparent development of genetic engineering, it is necessary to have robust regulatory frameworks and ethical guidelines, as well as a commitment to public education and awareness-building efforts. Understanding genetic engineering is crucial for making informed decisions about its development and application. As genetic engineering continues to emerge as a powerful tool for improving human health and solving global challenges, it is essential to have a deep understanding of its potential benefits and risks. Without proper education and awareness, many people may form opinions based on incomplete or even incorrect information, which could lead to misguided policy decisions, public distrust, and ultimately hinder the development of this groundbreaking technology. Moreover, a comprehensive understanding of genetic engineering is key to advancing the fields of science, medicine, and agriculture. Ongoing research and technological breakthroughs in this field have the potential to unlock solutions to some of the world's most pressing issues, from food shortages to diseases. Therefore, staying informed and engaging in constructive dialogues about genetic engineering is vital for its responsible development and for maximizing its potential to improve society overall. With proper education and awareness, genetics can be a transformative technology with limitless possibilities. Therefore, it is essential to continue to promote research and development while highlighting the potential impacts of mishandling such powerful technology.